Hello explorers, welcome back. So this video is going to be a little bit different than any video I've ever done before. You see an empty cash tray, you see a calculator, and you're probably, if you haven't watched any of my TikTok or Instagram, mainly TikTok, you're not going to know what's going on. So this video, I'm going to fill you in on everything that's happened, why, yeah, pretty much. Also, we're not going to talk any further about the fact that I'm missing 2 nails. I'm trying to let these ones come off so that I can put a new set on without like having to pull these off and damage my nails underneath. So that's what's going on right now. But yeah, I don't even know where to begin. So we were supposed to be in Florida by now. We were supposed to be in Florida by June 25th. But that's didn't happen. I'm currently in Mississippi because on June 23rd, we left Gulfport, Mississippi to head to Tallahassee, Florida, where we were going to spend one overnight and then continue on down to a spot that we purchased in Orlando. So we did buy an annual spot in Orlando so that we can get our Florida residency, so that we can get Disney World passes cheaper. So with Disney World, anybody can get an annual pass. However, if you're a non-resident, you can only get the top pass that they offer. And since we're going to be traveling the United States, we're not going to be in Florida enough to justify spending $6,000 on passes. If we have a Florida residency, however, we can purchase any pass we want, meaning we can drop down 2 levels to, I think we've decided on the Pirate Pass, which will block out Christmas, spring break, Thanksgiving, and then a couple of like random weekends. Basically anytime that the parks are super, super packed, which obviously, for obvious reasons, we have zero desire to be in the parks on super crowded days anyways. And it'll save us $3,000. So that is why we decided to become Florida residents so that we could get that cheaper pass. Also, we decided to get an annual spot in Florida so that we have a place to come back to. We have a place that we can have packages and mail delivered to, so on and so forth. Now, will we be staying there full time? Absolutely not. We were supposed to arrive there June 25th, and then we were going to be heading out on June 8th for a new partnership for a week somewhere else. I was going to come back, be home for 2 days, and then head out on another trip. And then when I got back from that trip, we were all heading out again for another trip for like 2 months. So part of the reason we chose Florida, obviously, so that we could be, get the passes cheaper, but also because annual spots in Florida are abundant. There's tons of them, which means competitive pricing. So we were able to get a spot cheap enough that would allow us to still travel, but that way we're not spending 365 days a year paying a nightly fee. Because even when we go on trips, like if we go on cruises, if we go on anything like that, we still have to pay to have the RV somewhere. This way, we don't have to pay those nightly rates, because nightly rates add up very, very, very quickly. So this will prevent that. Anytime we stay in a resort, that way we're not having to pay a nightly fee to have the RV just sitting somewhere. So that was that plan. However, on June 23rd, when we left Gulfport, Mississippi, we made it to Mobile, Alabama, and our truck said reduce engine power and started rapidly reducing power. And then the cab of the truck, like the front of the truck, the hood area, started shaking, like violently shaking. Not what it was doing before when it was going into limp mode and then it would like buck back and forth this way, like it was shaking. We could tell something in there was like moving it. So we pulled off on the side of the road. We started calling places. And basically, when we had the high pressure fuel pump changed a couple weeks ago when we were in Texas, and we paid the $6,300 and some odd dollars to have that done, they had taken a picture of our camshaft inside the engine and told us, like, at some point you're going to have to replace your engine because this camshaft has been throwing metal shavings. those metal shavings are being shot throughout your engine, and at some point it's going to destroy your engine. However, they couldn't tell us if that was going to happen literally when we drive it off the lot or 2 years from now. There was no way of knowing. Unfortunately for us, it was just a few weeks later that it happened. So it has destroyed basically our entire engine, and we have to do a complete engine swap. So now what we're going to be doing is pulling the funds to cover that, because it's been a mess. It has been a mess. We have gone through, over the last 3 days, more scenarios and more options than I've ever gone through in my entire life. We looked into leaving the truck at a shop in Mobile. They were willing to let us leave the truck there while we, I'm going to be grabbing everything while I'm talking, so if it changes in sound level, that's why, but that way you guys aren't just looking at a blank screen while I'm talking. I'm going to be grabbing everything I need. They were willing to let us leave it there until we had the funds to pay it off, because I didn't want to completely drain our bank account, like all of our accounts, all of our binders, to pay for this engine swap, because it was going to be $24,391. So I didn't want to drain everything and leave us with literally no money to eat on, no money to pay our bills. If my husband was still working for the police department, it would be different, because he would get a regular paycheck every 2 weeks, and we know we could live on that. Since that is not the case, and we live on my income, while I make more than him, my pay is sporadic. So the work I do today, I won't get paid out for at least 30 days. Lately, more and more brands have been going to 45 business days, which means I'm getting paid like 2.5, 3 months later, which is absolutely crazy, and I hate that we're going backwards, but there's not much I can do about it. So that is basically, that was one of our options. And so if we were going to be doing that, which the mechanic shop was totally fine with us leaving it there while we save up the funds to get it. In the meantime, we were going to rent a truck from Enterprise Truck Rental. So Enterprise has their regular car rentals. They have a whole separate business that is Enterprise Truck, where you can rent 1-ton trucks with towing capability. So that's what we looked into that. I called the one in Mobile, Alabama, because there were only 3 within like an hour of us. I called the one in Mobile, Alabama. They did not have a rental out, or they didn't have one available. They couldn't guarantee when the one that they had was going to be returned. So then I called Pensacola, Florida, because that was an hour closer to where we were going to be going anyways. They didn't have any on their lot either. So then I went an hour back and called Gulfport, Mississippi. They said they had one. We spent a good 15 minutes on the phone with them going over what it was that they had as far as the tow, just to make sure that our hitch was compatible, because they did say they didn't have a hitch. So they had the 1-ton truck. It was a Ford F-350. It had everything to tow, like it had the holes drilled and all of that, but they didn't have the actual hitch. So we would have to go to the mechanic, uninstall our hitch, and install it on this rental truck, so that we could get us down to Florida, so that I could start doing partnerships and paying for things. Now the kicker is, unlike regular Enterprise car rentals, with the 1-ton trucks, they do not offer one-ways. So my husband would have had to Uber an hour to Gulfport, pick up the truck, come get us, take us the 7.5 hours down to Orlando, drop us, get us all set, and then turn around and bring the truck back to Gulfport, and then we were going to fly him back to Orlando. Because I have a huge partnership coming up in Florida that I need to be there for on July 8th. So we thought this was the best route to take, so we paid the $120 that it was to Uber him to Gulfport. He gets there, and it was not compatible. It was not going to be compatible. They were like, oh, sorry. He's like, we spent 15 minutes on the phone with you trying to get all of the information to make sure that this was going to work. I even asked them personally if they could send us a photo of the truck bed so that we could make sure it would fit. And they were like, oh, we don't have the ability to send you a photo. So we spent $120 Ubering him out there. only to turn around and have to spend $120 to Uber him back with no resolution whatsoever. So $240 down the drain. Just completely down the drain for no reason, just other than a quick oh, sorry from Enterprise. So they are on my shit list. And then, so that was out of the question. I will say, fortunately, when we broke down in Mobile, we were only an hour and 20 minutes away from friends that we had in Mississippi. So they were, my one friend was able to come tow our camper to a nearby campsite. She drove the hour, 20 minutes, came and towed us because she used to do tiny living not tiny living. She used to, they used to be full-time as well before they bought their house. So they lived in a camper for 4 years. So she still had everything to be able to tow us. So she came and towed us into a campsite nearby, so at least we weren't stuck like on the side of the road. And then we paid to have the truck towed to the shop. So that was out of the question. We weren't really sure what we were going to do because I can't really make much money here in Mississippi, or at the time I was in Alabama. So yeah, so we were trying to figure out how we were going to come up with $24,500. So it's been very, very, very stressful. But yesterday, my friend was talking to her father-in-law, because she's not from Mississippi, her husband is, and his whole family lives there. She's from California, which is why we know her, because we used to meet up at Disneyland all the time. Well, she was talking to her father-in-law when she went to drop off the hitch after, towing us into the campground, and he said, absolutely not, call this shop that's here in Mississippi by us. He's like, I take all of my trucks there. We know the owners. Call them. They will take care of you. So we called them, and they said it was going to be $14,000 for the engine swap. But when they called us, that was just for the long block. We need a full engine swap because a long block, because I'm sure not everybody's familiar, I wasn't originally either. A long block is just a portion of the engine, and then they would reuse pieces of our engine to build the new engine. It's significantly cheaper. The original auto shop that we had the truck at offered us that option originally, and it was going to be $18,000. But once they did the diagnostics, they basically said that's no longer an option. You need a full engine. We can't even reuse pieces of your engine, which is why it was the 24. So they said it was going to be $14,000. I told them, hey, we can't do just the long block. We've already had diagnostics done, and this is what's wrong. So they called back the engine manufacturer that they were going to be working with and told them, we need a full engine. And that manufacturer said, we no longer offer full engines, but what we can do is we can sell you the long block, and then we can piece out all the individual pieces you would need, and we will still warranty it. So for the full engine swap from the original shop, they were going to be going with a Ford engine, and it was going to get a 2-year warranty. With this engine, we're getting a Jasper engine, and it's giving us a 3-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And they're charging us significantly less. So what they're doing is the full engine swap. The original engine swap was going to be for the long block for $14,000. We are now getting a full engine swap because they're just piecing out the additional pieces. They're purchasing the additional pieces that they need to do the work and make it a complete engine. And they're charging us $18,800. So it's about a $6,000 savings, which is awesome. But that's still a lot of money that I have to come up with in order to get that. So we decided, since we are going to be paying for that, we are going to do that. We're just going to stay here while the work is being done and save ourselves the rental truck, the this, the that, because we were looking at several options. We called transport companies to try to see about having the RV towed to Florida. We called different independent towing companies that would be able to tow the RV to Florida, and then maybe we just get a rental car and go. We looked into a lot of different options, but the problem with that is we would have to pay the towing company, we'd have to pay for the rental car, we'd have to pay for a hotel, because obviously we would arrive in Florida faster than they would towing because they can't go the same speed. And so we decided just to stay here, but our friends were like, well, since you're having the work done by our house, at a shop by our house, and why don't we tow you up to a campsite near us and we can give you our extra vehicle, and then you guys will at least have a car the entire time you're here and you won't be stranded stuck in the RV. And so we took them up on that. Both of them came down last night. My friend brought her truck to tow me and the kids and the RV back to a campground near her. We're 4 miles away from her. My kids are so excited because they love her and they're so excited to get to spend time at her house now because they didn't think they were going to see her again until Florida, when we meet up. And then her husband took his dad's dually with a flatbed trailer to the shop where our truck was and picked up our truck to bring it back to the shop up here. So now we are up here, our RV's up here, our truck is up here, our friends are here, we have a vehicle to use while we're here, we're saving $6,000, which is all just absolutely amazing, and I'm so grateful to have friends like this because I'm honestly not used to this. I'm used to doing everything on my own. Me and my husband are. We're used to being those friends that are there for people, but not really having that in return, and we never expect it, so it's fine. We're used to doing everything ourselves. So it's been really, really nice to have friends nearby that are so willing to help and have done so much for us. But with all of that said, I know we're 16 minutes in. I'm sorry, but I knew if I didn't say anything, you guys would just be completely lost on what's going on and why there's no money in my binders. So with all that being said, we need to come up with $18,800. I technically only need to come up with $14,400 for right now in order for them to do the work. And then when the work is complete, I pay the rest of it. But we're going to try and just come up with all of it so that we can get it done, get out of here, and get down to Florida so I can start working. I have been asked several times on TikTok how you guys can help. And I know that not everybody is over on TikTok. It's just easier for me to keep people updated over there because of the way the platform is set up. So for those of you asking how you can help, just running my playlist here on YouTube, every ad that you watch increases, pays me. So that's a direct way to help me get the funds for this without it costing you guys anything at all. An indirect way would be to comment on my Instagram posts, watch my Instagram stories, because while that doesn't directly pay me, it does increase my engagement, which allows me to charge more for partnerships. So it does pay me indirectly. And then if you insist on spending money, which I will never, ever, ever ask you guys to do, if you don't need them, if you don't have it, please do not do it. Don't feel obligated. This is only if you need them or want them. I am running a sale in my Etsy for 25% off the entire store. If something shows sold out, please just message me. It doesn't tell me when things are sold out unless I go in and actually check. Everything is in stock. So if you see something, if you aren't seeing something, just let me know and I will fix it. Unfortunately, Etsy doesn't let us do an unlimited amount. So we have to put in a quantity and sometimes that just sells out without me noticing. So thank you guys. Thank you everybody so far that has already been running my playlist to help. Thank you everybody who's been heading over to my Instagram to help engage over there. Thank you to everybody who's been purchasing from my Etsy. It truly does mean a lot to me. I know we're going to make it through this. It's tough. It's really tough. And the thing is, I'm just so glad that I have the money to do it. But it is going to be hard for a little bit until I start getting my paychecks from the work that I'm doing right now and obviously next month. So we'll probably be rough for a couple of months. And I know one of the things that has concerned me with this is me coming on here and saying we're going to be struggling or it's going to be tough, but then you still see me traveling. If I don't travel, I don't make any money. So it's one of those things where from the outside, it can look like, oh, she's doing just fine if she can afford to travel and she can afford to do this and that. It's not that. If I don't do that, I don't get paid. I literally am paid to travel. So that is that. But we are going to get started. I'm so sorry. We are now 20 minutes in. I'll see about putting a timestamp at the beginning so that you guys know when the cash stuffing is going to start. But I may forget. You guys know how I am. First binder I'm going to completely clean out is cruise, because while I am going to be doing a cruise, I'm not doing it when I thought I was. My mother-in-law can only cover earliest August. Like, that's the earliest that she can come. Virgin needed us to do July, so we had switched it, and I was going to go with a friend in July. And then Corey was going to stay with the kids. By the time Virgin got back to me, they were like, sorry, July is booked up now too. So now we're just going to do it in the fall. It's going to be me and Corey again. But since it's completely covered cruise, we actually don't need any of these funds at all. So these funds were so that we could take the kids on a cruise, but that's just going to have to be on a back burner while we do other stuff. So this makes the most sense to empty. So we have 1, 2, 250, 3, 320, 40, 60, 80, 90, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 407. Again, the minimum goal is to get the 14,400. The actual goal is to get to 18,800, and that's, I believe that's with tax and everything. So I'm trying to see the best way so that you guys can see everything. All right. Ooh. Okay, so let's see. We're going to empty this one out. 1, 20, 40, 65, 70, 1, 2, and 3. Oh, what did I just do? You guys, I can't even think. 173, right? 1, 20, 40, 60, 73. Yes, okay. This is going to... Someone said to keep an... look on the bright side. I've been wanting to redo these binders so that they suit the actual trips that we have planned now that we're kind of further in. And so that's what I'm choosing to do. I'm choosing to look on the brighter side. I get to redo these binders for trips that we actually have planned and booked, since a lot of our travel plans have changed. 50, 70, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. So a lot of these will come back different. I'm going to be emptying these binders in a certain order because there's certain ones that if I don't have to empty them, I don't want to. And there's also binders that I'm going to have to go back and forth with. Like, originally I may not empty them, but then if I see I have to, then I have to. 50, 70, 80, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. I'm trying not to empty flights because my husband is going to need flights to get to California. I am going to need flights because I have been offered a I've been invited by another influencer to go overseas because her husband doesn't have a passport and he can't get a passport in time. So, I'm going to take her up on it. The only thing I have to pay for is flights. And we have a couple months to get that. So 20, 40, 55, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 66. So flights is going to be one that I'm going to try not to touch. We will see. I also, if possible, I'd like to not touch Disney World passes, but that one's probably going to have to get done. 50, 70, 95, 110, 15, 16, 17. 117. And honestly, we don't need Disney passes right now. We are getting to Florida a lot later than we originally thought. I didn't even put that in there. Honestly, I'm going to recount this at the end to make sure that I didn't forget anything. But we don't need the... We're getting to Florida a lot later than originally planned. When we originally planned this road trip, we knew we were going to be going to Florida 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23. So we knew that we were saving for Disney World passes. We have since planned so many partnerships and trips and stuff in Florida, in Georgia, in Tennessee, in North Carolina, in South Carolina, that it's going to be a while before we even have a chance to go to Disney World. So if we don't do those right away, that's not a huge deal. You know what? I am going to do this one because I know I'm emptying this one. So let's go ahead and do it. This is the Bucks binder. I'm going to try and leave the star notes. I think it'll be okay to leave like $26. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So this binder will be coming back. This is one that's going to come back because I actually just made my new trackers for the Bucks binder. Hi, baby. Did you pee? Okay. Daddy went to go get breakfast. I'm...
What kind of breakfast?
McDonald's breakfast.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put the $2 bills aside because if I don't have to use the $2 bills, I'm not going to. Those are going to be... That's why I'm saying I'm pulling things in order of importance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So... Yeah, the Bucks binder will be coming back. I had already made all the new trackers for it for the things I wanted to save for $4. So yeah. I'm also going to be leaving Japan. There's a reason for that. It's also just a couple of dollars in there, so if I can leave it, then I'm going to try. Let's go to, next will be this travel binder. I'm okay with emptying this one. Because we have the RV binder, which the RV binder is going to be like the last one that I empty, I think. We're going to see. So flights is staying. Hotel can get emptied. 1, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We are only at $1,200 when we need $1,400. I mean $14,000. So this is gonna be, this is tough, you guys. You guys have watched me for the last like year and a half save this money, and it really sucks to feel like you're just starting over completely, because essentially that's what I'm doing. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. These are all empty. We're going to hold this. 25, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 41. Okay, and that is it for this binder. This binder is empty except flights, which I said I wanted to hold on to flights if possible. I'm going to set it off to the side since it's not completely empty. I am going to eat breakfast, and I will be right back. Okay, so I've eaten my breakfast, and I know some of you are going to wonder, I had steak bagels from McDonald's. I did. I've been so stressed the last several days trying to figure this out that I thought it was okay to spend, you know, the $6 and get myself a steak bagel. So, ooh, I just hit my hand. So let's go ahead and get this finished. I just hit my hand. It hurts really bad because it's my bad hand. Gosh, I sound so old. I hit my bad hand. Anyways. Oh my goodness. So this is the money that was originally supposed to be for Oogie Boogie Bash. It's the Villains challenge from Donna Powered by Creativity, but we decided we were going to be going to Mickey's Not So Scary instead. I'm not going to touch this for right now. It's only like, I think like $40, so hopefully I don't have to touch that. This, since it hasn't hit my kid's savings account yet, I am going to go ahead and take it. Now, the only high yield I absolutely did not touch were my kids' high yield savings accounts. I'm never going to take money from them. This hasn't been cashed up to them yet, so I am going to be taking from this, and we'll just start it over. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Also, I'm obviously not going to be doing an end of month update because there's nothing to update, but I will tell you that while all of these accounts are obviously going to be a lot less than they originally were last month, my kids' account is higher because every single time that they do participate in any campaign that I do, I put money into their high yield savings. So their high yield savings is, I think they each have right around almost 500 a piece. So 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's some savings that I would like to hold until the end and only take from them if I have to. So we're going to try not to touch those. This is the axolotl savings, which I'm going to just do that over 20, 40, 60, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm going to put this one to the side because if I have to take this money from Mickey's Not So Scary, I will. If I don't, that would be ideal. I guess all of a sudden we lost our sun. I think it just shifted. Let me see. The travel book, I don't know. Okay, we're gonna skip that one for right now. The next one that I know for sure I am taking money out of is travel sinking funds. Actually, hold on. We have the rest of the Bucks binder that I need to take from. These were the bundles of 25. So we have 25, 50, 75, 100, 150. So I'm going to set these to the side. I'm not going to try and shove $150 in ones into here since they're already bundled. We'll just set them to the side. Now we're going to take from the travel sinking funds. Flights, as I said, I'm going to try and hold off on flights. Hotel, we have 1, 2, 3, 325. Since we're going to be in Florida and a bunch of states around there, it's a lot easier to get hotels partnered. When we lived in Vegas, really the only place we could partner for hotels was California, and California is super competitive. And I'm not saying that Florida isn't competitive, but it is a lot easier to get partnerships because they have more hotels, they have bigger hotels, etc. So we're going to be taking the $250 that we had saved up for baseball tickets. I'm okay with that. We don't have a baseball game planned for, we just don't have one planned. We are going to be taking $125. This was for any random Disneyland tickets. Again, I'm okay with taking that. So tickets are empty. These are going to go in with my challenges that I reuse when I'm ready to reuse them. Food is empty. Souvenirs, I'm okay with taking the $150 from souvenirs. Buffer has $100 for the beach. I'm 100% okay with doing that one. And then we have $125 that was our actual buffer. Because I do save specifically for buffer. Now, this $250 for passports, I'm going to hold on to this until the very end because I do want to get my kids their passports and get them started. This is one I was going to be making a cover for. It's Disney. This was so that I could remember which categories I needed to make. So we have the money for Epcot. And it is $100 from this and then $100 from the eBucks. So it was $200. We are going to take that. There's a gift card in there still. So if we want to go to Disney that bad, we do have a gift card. This $100 from the L-Bucks, that was for Legoland. We're going to take that. This was $250 for cruise. We're going to take that. This $75 for Universal. We are going to take that. We do need to start saving for Universal because I did get a partnership with Universal Orlando, but it's not until August, so I have a little bit of time. So we're going to empty that. And the only thing we'll need is food. Really, yeah, food and souvenirs is all we're going to need since it's a partnership. So this one is good to go. There's nothing more in here. The only money we didn't touch was passport and flights because I don't want to touch passport and flights if I don't have to. All right. We are up to 3,370. I wanted to do a whole video reallocating these, but we're going to have to just do it now because we need the monies. So, oh my goodness, this was full. So this is the money for not partnerships, for completed challenges. I'm gonna leave this aside because I don't want to touch it if I don't have to. But we are going to be taking from all of these. So minis. This one had 20, 30, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. So we're going to take that. Which this money was getting reallocated anyways. And basically we're just going to reallocate it into this. This one we finished and it has... oh, I'm like, where's the rest of its money? It has $36. Okay. We finished this one. And it has $20, $30, $32. We are up to 3,488, just in case you guys can't see that. We finished this one. It had 50. We finished this cruise one. It had 125. This cruise one had 125. I swear I cannot clear my throat as soon as I get on here. Did I put this in there? I don't even know if I don't think I wrote it in there, but I'm going to double check this at the end, so it's okay. This cruise one had 125. We had this Japan Honeydukes one for 50. We had this cruise one for 75. This one came out of the Japan binder. It was a Disney. It was supposed to be for Disney Japan. It was 75. This one was going to go into emergency fund. This is pretty much an emergency, so we're definitely going to take that. 25, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. So that $50. This one came out of the Japan travel, and it is $250. This one is for CD ladder. I'm going to set it aside. If we have to take it, I definitely will. If we don't have to take it, I'm not going to. We have 60 here. This was going to go into the Disney binder, but it is now going to emergency. This one came out of the RV binder. All of these are laminated, so I will definitely redo them. So we have 75 there. Christmas, I'm going to set aside. I don't want to touch Christmas. It's fully funded, and if I don't have to worry about Christmas and I can save for more immediate needs, then I'd rather do that. If I have to take Christmas, we still at least have enough time to save for Christmas again. The 2024, unfortunately, we have to take it. So, we have 152, 220, 224. The rest was in high yield. I did transfer it over, so once we go through the ones I'm okay with taking, I'm then going to go into my account and look at how much is in there from high yield transfers. This is $8. It was supposed to go towards airfare, but since we have the big flights challenge, I'm okay with taking this 100 because that will be enough in flights for my husband, and then I have enough time to finish saving for my flights. RV, this was supposed to be for an extra RV payment. paying my bills right now is a little more important than paying future bills. So we have 120 in cash. The rest was in the high yield. These ones were completed, but they've already been paid towards debt, so there's nothing for us to take from those. Same with that one. This one has 100. It also came from the RV binder. We are up to 5,092. We have a minis for 40. We have this one from the RV binder. There's 70 in it. Yes, I know it was a $100 challenge, but that was intended to pay for something. It paid for it, so this was what was left over. So we'll put the 70 there. Another one from the RV binder. All of this was supposed to go towards debt, like my credit card. So the problem we're going to have is the truck will be paid off, but now my credit card is super high because all of these RV ones were supposed to pay back the credit card for the travels we've done. Since we're not able to do that, after this, we're going to have to start working on paying off the credit card, which really sucks because I had it paid off. Because I've been really good about cash stuffing for it. These are Christmas. I don't want to touch them if I don't have to. This was supposed to go towards food for travel sinking. 20, 40, 60, 75. That's okay. We can work on debt. We will get that credit card paid off. I mean, it's never going to be completely paid off because we do actively use it, but I like to keep it under 1,000 at all times. Oh, what was I doing? This is Christmas. So this one's going to go back with Christmas. This was just a home sinking fund. We're going to take it, 125. We don't actually need anything for the house. Besides, like, groceries, obviously. Christmas. Honeydukes. This was, I think this one was going towards Universal. So we'll do these again. 20, 40, 60, 75. This one, I don't remember what it was going towards. I think it was General Disney, but we're going to take it. 50, 75. We are up to 57, 52. Okay. So I think I'm going to go ahead and empty the Japan binder. I wanted to redo it anyways, so, because I am going to need to save for Japan. 50, 71, 2, 3, and 4. This is coming out of the Pokemon Savings Challenge. The Disney game. 50, 65, 66, 67. That is empty. This is Ren's challenge that I'm doing for the second time. 50, 65, 66, 67, 68. We are almost to 6,000, you guys. We're getting there. We're almost a third of the way there. Japan cards. 20, 40, 55, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I know, I feel like we're not even inching. I feel like we're centimetering our way to this 18,000. It's painful. Roll the dice. 51, 120, 125, 26, 27. 127. We are over 6,000. Okay. I think this one only has $15 in it. It does. We're still going to take it. I'm not going to leave $15 in a binder. And then, okay, this one is empty. All right. Let's see. I really didn't want an empty travel book But I think we need to, and this time when I remake it, I'm going to make dashboards for all of them. And we're going to, I'm going to print, I actually have the ink and stuff to be able to print all of the pages this time. Because I didn't realize I didn't have all the pages printed. 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, Costa Rica is not in here, so if I don't have to empty Costa Rica, that'd be ideal, but I think I'm going to have to. 10, 20, 35, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5. 45. I just have to pick and choose what I'm emptying. $25, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And keep telling myself it'll be okay. You were saving for trips that were super far out. Now you can reorganize. 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 110. 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Sorry, I was questioning. Thought there was going to be a lot more in that. 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 28. Also, I'm sure you're wondering how I'm going to pay this shop. I haven't quite figured that out yet because there's no Chase Bank here. So I don't know if they're going to be okay with taking this. I don't know that they have much choice. I might see if I can go to a different bank here and just see if I can swap these, like, do a bill exchange. I don't think you have to bank somewhere to do a bill exchange, but I'll find out. 25, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also, I did go ahead and transfer all of my high yield accounts over, even though I knew I wasn't going to be draining all of the high yield. And the reason for that is I knew that I didn't have a Chase Bank here. So my plan is I emptied all of the high yield except the kids into my bank account. I've had a couple payments go into my bank account. So I will use my bank accounts for as much as possible and do the rest in cash. And then when I can get to a Chase, deposit this so that I can put it back into those high yield accounts. Because I don't think they want like $400 in ones. 20, 30, 40, 5, 55, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70. Okay, we are starting to have too many ones here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That should help for right now. It'll also make it easier when I'm trying to count them all at the end. Alright, so we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 65, 66, 67, 68. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm already counting that out. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I knew there was a lot of ones in there, so if I'm going to count out 18 ones, might as well make it the 25. All right, so we have 10, 20, 30, $40. My gosh, I feel like we've added so much and we're not even at 7,000 yet. Ooh, okay. Let's see, we have 10 here. This binder is now empty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Ooh, I just bent that paper clip so bad. There we go. Okay, what is next? I don't even know, you guys. Oh, you know what? As much as I don't want to do this, let's go into holidays. 4th of July is in a couple of days. Obviously, I'm not doing anything because I'm going to be stuck here in Mississippi. So I'm not going to need any money for 4th of July. Which really sucks because it's literally my favorite holiday in the entire world. So we're going to take the money out of 4th of July. 1, 2, 250, 275. I don't really want to touch sinking funds. That one I was okay with because, again, that was that. Let's take the 50 out of niece. Her birthday is not for quite a while. She was just born. I have plenty of time to come up with that 50. I'm not going to touch school. That is a bill that comes out every month. I'm not going to touch Wrigley's. And I'm not going to touch Halloween. I think anniversary was drained because we used it. Thanksgiving has 50. We can go ahead and take 50 out of Thanksgiving. That's totally fine. We don't normally really do a whole lot for Thanksgiving. I'm okay with taking it. Okay, let's see. Oh man, you guys. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, actually I do know. So, build a savings is next. I'm going to do build a savings in a certain way, though. 50, 1, 120, 140, 150, 155. I know that this is 200. And here's how I know. I've been using this as a placeholder. Like, not a placeholder, but like a marker. So I know I have all these bills, and then I have $200 in twos. I have a bundle of $200 in twos. And then I have the random extras. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now what I'll probably do, because I don't want to get rid of my twos, I will swap them out in binders that I'm leaving money in so that I can keep my twos. But for the meantime, it is going to just go in here and sit in here. Minus the ones. Let's take the ones out. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. We'll bundle that. Okay. And the rest of this will sit over here with the money. I'm just not going to deal with taking it out of the container. Okay. I had started this in the RV binder, but we just barely started it, so there was only a couple cards done. We have 51, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do the same thing. Bundle this. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Sorry, I got the hiccups all of a sudden, out of nowhere. This is just going to make my life easier at the end. Okay, so that is empty. I'm also going to take all of the minis that we were actively working on, and we will just start over. Not a huge deal. So this mini had... You know what? Let's do this. Let's take all of these minis, empty all of them, because there's a lot of ones, and that way I can just bundle the ones. So let's just separate this and then count it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. We have 50. Okay, we're inching up onto 8,000. This is going to have to probably be multiple videos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I did only add the 6 onto the calculator because that was all that hadn't been already added. Okay. What to do now? We are at $7,841. Let me go into my high yield accounts and see what I know for sure I'm taking from them, so we can kind of see what we need to add. What? Just put it on there. I'll fix it later. Okay. All right. So out of emergency, which emergency had the 2024 challenge in it, we transferred out $1,863.19. That 19 cents is going to be important because all of the high yields had changed, so they're going to add up. So we know for a fact we're taking that. And then where else was I okay with taking from? Bill savings. We're going to take from bill savings. It's okay. We can build it back up. From bill savings, we took $3,188.50. So we are now at $12,892. That's amazing. Cruise, we transferred out $2,109.84. Guys, we need about $4,000. We're doing it. We're doing it. We did transfer $4,600 out of Disney. I don't want to touch that if I don't have to. That's kind of a last resort. We did transfer $785 out of CD Ladder. Again, if I don't have to touch that, I would prefer not to. But if I have to, I will. We did transfer $1,002 out of flights. Again, if I don't have to touch it, I would prefer not to because I do need flights soon. And then Christmas, we transferred $693. Again, if I don't have to touch Christmas, I prefer not to. So obviously I'm going to have to touch something. Now, just to decide what. Let's go ahead and take from CD Ladder because it's easier for me to come up with $250 a month for that CD. So that's $785.93. I really don't want to touch flights, especially because we're in the middle of doing the flight challenge and I just don't want to stop that challenge and start over. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take from our flights sinking fund because that is not money from the flights challenge, and we are doing that big flights challenge, which will be plenty. So you have 375. Okay. I think this is now empty besides the kids' passports. Do I want to do it? I'm gonna wait. I really don't want to empty passports. Okay. So now I have an option of Disney passes, emptying that, emptying Christmas, or emptying YouTube savings. You guys know I've already redone this. This is my second time trying to do the 100 envelope challenge. So the thought of emptying out the 100 envelope challenge really pains me, and I just don't want to do it. I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is empty out the road trip because we're not super far into it. And when I redo it, we are going to start this one again. But this way too, I'll be able to go through and decide exactly what I want to redo and what I don't want to redo. So we're not even like a fourth of the way through this challenge, so I'm okay with restarting it. Plus, I didn't really have a space that I was doing it in. It's been really random because I didn't have like a certain binder to do it in or a certain video. And this will kind of help me better decide like how I want to do my binders and where I want to put certain challenges, what challenges I want to start over and do, and what challenges I'm like, you know what, it just wasn't worth it, we're done with it, move on. So let's go ahead and do this. Because this one is 100% a challenge I want to do, especially because I'm really excited to do it this way, where it's a complete mystery. So we'll see. I think I'm going to go ahead and empty Costa Rica as well, because Costa Rica keeps getting pushed back because other opportunities are coming up. And until my kids have passports, they cannot go to Costa Rica. So that's another reason why I don't want to touch passports. I'm also going to be redoing this road trip savings challenge. I'm looking into doing envelopes where I don't have to fold the money, because I know not everybody likes folding money. So we are looking into that for next time, just to be able to offer both options, because unstuffing it like this is a pain when you have to fold it. Sorry if you can hear Lennox and my husband singing. I think they're singing Story of the Year. True millennials, and my kids are true millennial kids. Like, their song choices are amazing. But yeah, I just want to, I want to streamline some stuff too. It kind of got a little chaotic with the, like, change in our finances. So I'm trying to look on the bright side of the fact that, like, I can start to redo things now. Because these binders were set up when we had the regular income for my husband and my income. And now that we just have my income, I need to change the way that I do some things. So that's what we're doing. We're figuring it out. So let's count this. We have 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 93, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. $376. This is what I mean when I say that, like, if you have not picked up this challenge from me yet, what are you waiting on? I never push any of my challenges on anybody, but this is one that I truly, truly, truly believe in because there's so many ways to do it, and it is low budget friendly while still bringing in a lot of money. In my opinion, it's just a way better version of the 100 envelope challenge. It really is. It's a mystery. It works for every budget. Like, I just truly believe in this challenge. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Ooh, look at that. I should play the lottery, but I don't have the money to do that. Okay. We still need to come up with like 2,300. So not too bad. Not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and take the CD ladder. We might just have to skip this month for CD ladder. That is okay. CD ladders are intended to set up your future. But you can't set up your future if you're struggling in your present. So $112. Okay. I think there's some in the RV binder. I know you guys haven't seen this binder yet. 16 here. I know it's not much, but it's okay. Shut the box. 50, 75, 76, 77. I'm not going to take everything from here because maybe I will, and I'll just redo the RV binder. I don't know. I had just redone it, so there's not a ton. 50, 62. Because we completed tons of challenges in this. I know you guys haven't seen that yet. You will at some point. And hopefully by the time you guys see that, we are out of this rut. 25, 26, 27. And we're thriving by then. By the time you guys get to this point in the RV binder. This was just to save up for groceries. 35. $250. And I think that's... let me take these ones from the front. We'll just start these challenges over. 50, 70, 95, 96. Because so far, I have not touched Christmas, I have not touched the kids' high-yield savings, and I haven't touched our Disneyland passes. Or just, I keep saying Disneyland because that was originally what we were saving for, but they turned around and were going to be Disney World passes. 20. So if I can keep this going without touching those, that would be incredible. 20, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Now, whether or not that money will stay in the Disney World passes, I don't know. I might still take it out of there and just, basically, it would be recycling money. But basically, I would since I've had to empty all of these binders, I would recache stuff that in areas that it needs to go in because it's easier than, 24. It's easier than just taking a little bit from every single binder. If I just empty every single binder and then restuff them on my new with the money that I have left over. Because I'm not usually one that likes to recycle money. But my thing is, when I was talking to my husband, my option was either to completely empty. Okay, my option was to come up with this $18,000 by, oh, maybe I'll take 900 from flights, and I'll take 1,000 from crews. And if I take a little bit from every single binder, then I can eventually come up with it. Or I empty everything I have, pay the truck, and what's left, I restuff into fresh binders with fresh challenges. Things are getting a little more evenly distributed. And the reason I think that's the best idea is because I am taking so much money. If I was just trying to come up with like 6,000 or 7,000, I'm not going to do that. Obviously, you guys saw that. It didn't make sense for me to like completely empty all my binders and recash stuff all that money. That money had already been cash stuffed. And I only needed 7,000 for the last repair, which wasn't, I was able to empty out Japan and take from emergency and cover that cost. But with this being this much money, it's basically the majority of what I have. So I'm only going to be recash stuffing a couple $1,000s. And I'm going to be putting it where it truly needs to go. So you have 50, 72. Gosh, I feel like we're not getting to that 18,000. We're getting so close though. But I think it's 18,800. So I'm going to do 19,000 just to be safe, because I'd rather have too much than not enough. Cool. So this one is completely empty. It wasn't originally planned to do that, but we did it. Now I need to grab the Costa Rica, because that's the one I keep forgetting about, and I think that has a decent amount in it, and we'll finish up a good majority of what we need. So I will be right back.